But not to be outdone, Marvel is punching back with the first trailer out for Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, the new animated series that is continuing a long line of Spider-Man cartoons, with the original, one from the 60s, the one from the 80s, the one from, so on and so forth. Spectacular animated series, Spectacular, and then the crappy ones they released after Spectacular. And then, they dropped a trailer as well for it, and it's, I can't play the music because they use pretty sure copyrighted music, and they use the Spider-Man
Just play
theme, but
the
also
music from the old Japanese show, Spider-Man.
Emissary from Hell, Spider-Man. So I don't like the 3D rigging animation that this has. I wish it would have been actual 2D.
Yep.
But Disney is just afraid to do 2D stuff. They refuse. So
I miss it, man. Their animation was the best on the planet at a point.
I'm not against this. As far as the style, because it does have that old comic booky look from the 40s and 50s or whatever.
Yeah.
But, and I said this when we talked about it before, I need to see the first episode. I need to see the pilot. I need to see the first episode because I want to see what this looks like. Can I sit down and get into this animation and immerse myself in it in a 20-minute episode? That's what I need to know.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be able to really, I'm not going to be able to fully judge it until I'm able to do that. Because with the trailer, I like the style, but the 3D is a little throwing me off a bit. It looks kind of janky in parts, but I need to see it in a full episode.
Yeah, I haven't watched X-Men 97 yet, but from what I've seen, there's action with it looks good, but just the standing around talking.
Yes.
Is when it looks really jank.
It looks weird. But the action is pretty cool in X-Men 97.
Yeah.
Cyclops fight's really cool.
So I imagine that this has really nailed the web swinging and the action and all that stuff, but it really
I like how he looks exactly like the old school Peter Parker though.
So
what is throwing me off about this is that it's in the MCU.
Yeah, it's in the MCU, but it's in an alternate timeline MCU where Norman is the mentor.
He's something of a ninja Peter himself.
So wait. So this is not in the MCU that we've seen in theaters?
No, it is not going to be an actual prequel to that universe, right?
Oh, now see, I was under the impression that it was.
No, I believe they've basically said that it's because you don't see Ned. If this is even MCU, I'm not even 100% sure, but you don't see Ned. His friend is Nico from the Runaways. This is Nico from the Runaways. Mary Jane would be Zendaya, and it's neither of these two, I don't think. But
well, see, I just kind of figured maybe he hadn't met them yet, and also, see, what was throwing me off was the fact that Norman Osborn exists in this.
Yeah,
and there is
no Norman Osborn in the MCU because Willem Dafoe Norman Osborn says as much in No Way Home.
So that's what was throwing me off. I'm I've heard people say this is supposed to be in the MCU. It's a prequel to the MCU stuff, and well, how's that? That doesn't make sense. So it's in an alternate timeline of the MCU.
Yeah, it's a parallel timeline kind of deal. They honestly shouldn't have synergized it at all. There's, they've done Spider-Man cartoons every 5 years. Yeah. They didn't need to be this is an MCU synergy thing. But yeah, and then of course Harry Osborn, we see, it's really the only reason they really made him black was so they could give him the little the ripples in the hair you see him drawn with, him and Norman both drawn with,
waves,
right? The waves,
cornrows. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like when you look at it, like in when they're
Well,
white
you think
guys.
the only reason why they made him black was so they could draw him like that? Draw the
Yes.
hair?
But they
Yes.
did that with the white Harry Osborn back in the 90s.
Yeah,
Yes.
but we're not in the 90s anymore.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Wizard is the only one with the correct take on this whole thing.
Okay.
Well,
However,
just
making
like
him
everybody
weird and
else in
twinky
Comics Gate,
is
I think
is
we need to
weird and
stick to the
twinky.
80s and 90s, Wizard.
Well, that's the other thing is I remember the original like set photo or like the concept art of this. It made it look like more 60s era Spider-Man than what we're getting it to kind of look like that, but it's still in modern times, right? Like they're streaming and their cell phones and everything. Like it's like, no, I would have loved like an actual like period piece Spider-Man cartoon.
Medieval
like
Spider-Man.
Well, it's like the 60s and stuff, and you're telling those like adapt the comic books. Like that's all you gotta do.
Spider-Man.
Andrew says, I don't care for Osborn being black. I just hate they made Harry a twink. Harry's usually a punk, but like he's usually like twerpy. He has to be.
What's wrong with twinks, Andrew? What's wrong with
Because then he's like, I like MJ, and then it's like, I'm mad about that, and I'm gonna take the goblin formula, and all that stuff. Jim says Happy New Year's. Hello, Jim.
Hello, Jim and Andrew.
But yeah, so January 29th, so it's right around the corner. Streaming on Disney Plus. And
I still say see Cape Crusader if you guys have not actually liked Cape Crusader.
You know what I think I might do? I'd actually like to watch this and then give a first impressions on it.
That'd be good. That'd be cool.
That'd be good. That'd be cool.
Because I need to.
That'd be good.
That'd be pretty cool. That'd be good.
Speaking to further confuse the MCU or not synergy, Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio reprise their roles as Daredevil and Kingpin in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Oh, nice.
So
yeah, that's not confusing.
Well, I mean,
fucking
it's
love
an
Daredevil.
alternate timeline, so I guess they can.
But like, also, it's
mix
like
and match whatever they want.
You got it. Like this sadly though will probably be the only way we get Daredevil, Spider-Man, and Kingpin with Charlie Cox and D'Onofrio. This is them doing it. They're gonna do this and they throw up their hands. Like, we did it. You won't get a movie of it, but you get this.
Oh man, D'Onofrio with like Tom Holland and fucking Charlie Cox, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Because D'Onofrio is a savage as Kingpin, man. He's crazy.
Yeah, especially they had to buff him in the MCU, right? And in Hawkeye, they made him stronger and more durable so that he could one day fight Spider-Man. And then we see the Future Foundation suit, which is hinted at to be given to him by Norman instead of by Reed Richards. But Future Foundation is a popular costume. It's a good look. It's the one I used a lot in the PS4 game when they added it, because it popped so well and looked so good. So.
I'm willing to give it a shot. The
fuck are you chocolate about?
Nothing, man. Don't worry about it.
Fair enough.
Look,
Romulus is better than Nosferatu, in my opinion. All right, I said it.
All right, swinging back around with his take.
Thank God, man. I was waiting for you to say it.
All right.
Movie of the year. So, there, yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna watch this because I'm still sitting on a lot of like DC and Marvel shows to watch, but I tried to go back through 90s X-Men, so I watched 97, and it's like still got to do that. And
Charlie Cox is a really good Daredevil. Stray Beans. I love the first season and the second season of Daredevil. Actually,
I still got to watch that too because I watched the first one when it came out, but I was to date all you old people, I was too young to fully appreciate it. Yeah, like I was able to watch the action and stuff, but I was a teenager and I couldn't get into like the slow build story stuff and the character stuff.
Daredevil's a great character. He's got a lot of great runs in comics as well.
Daredevil's always a fan of mine on the cartoons and stuff. So I am glad they're keeping that tradition of adding him to this show. And we'll see more of that. And there is also, I don't have it pulled up, but Charlie Cox is rumored to be in Avengers Doomsday. And, people said, like, what's he going to do against Doctor Doom? And someone had a clip from the Fantastic Four show in the 90s where, like, Doom throws, like, some, like, Doom batarangs at him, and he, like, pulls out his baton and, like, nunchucks him and destroys them all. And he's like, and he, like, goes over and, like, hits him. And it's like, he's good. He can take care of himself. But
I think Daredevil could take Doctor Doom 1-on-1, but I don't know.
Well,
beat him.
Yeah, Daredevil's like really powerful and stuff. Really, when you, if you don't, depending on who's writing him and how they do with his whole like, if you hit the noise really loud, then then he freaks out.
That I like when they did. I just saw a cool ass thing on Twitter where fucking it was a page from a comic. I need to get this. I think it's recent where Bullseye flicked his tooth at Daredevil.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
That was one of the coolest pages I've actually ever seen. The storytelling was awesome.
Yeah, how it's like he's Bullseye got that dog in him, like punches his tooth, he grabs it, he flicks it, and like.
Yeah, and the way it was told, it's so easy to follow. Then it's like, it's really cool how they did.
There's another panel or pages I was seeing from a recent comic where it was Elektra as Daredevil, like Daredevil, Elektra, and Daredevil was there. But they like Bullseye trapped him in an auditorium with all these like hired goons and stuff, and it was like, you're gonna beat him up, and then like Elektra's like, if any of you come on this stage, you're gonna have both your femurs broken in like 5 seconds. And then like none of the guys like, and then Bullseye's like, come on, did you not listen to my entire like bleeping speech that I gave you about being a bleeping army or whatever? And then like it was like just like this like goofy kind of Bullseye, but
Bullseye's awesome. I love his costume.
Yeah.
I loved Colin Farrell as Bullseye too. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, that was, and then he's in Deadpool and Wolverine, but he's not. They recasted him with a black guy.
What?
In the
really?
in the background, yeah, he's like barely noticeable, but he's there. But
he has the same look as Colin Farrell from the Daredevil.
Yeah, same. He's wearing a leather jacket, and he even has like the bullseye on his forehead, and
That's kind of funny they made. If they would have addressed it, like black guy to do Colin Farrell.
Even if it was like. It was meant to be the character, I was still to give it more of a spectacle. So imagine the face-off between Bullseye and Gambit, and it's just like, oh, and they're throwing like crap at each other. That'd been awesome.
Yeah,
but he's just there.
Oh yeah, that would be a cool fight, Bullseye and Gambit. But yeah, you're right, Stray Beans. Doctor Doom would easily destroy Daredevil. Yeah, it would. But I think you could write it to where Daredevil could stand a chance.
If it's a showdown of pure hands, then yeah, Daredevil.
Oh yeah.
But Dr. Doom's always got something.
In his Dr. Doom's castle, there's no way.
Yeah. If you play Ultimate Alliance 1 and you select only Daredevil, then you too can beat Dr. Doom as Daredevil.
Yeah, I've done it.
Yeah. It's the final boss in Ultimate Alliance is kind of hard to do with a solo character. I've done it, but because he uses like his evil Fantastic Four that like respawn endlessly, you have to like slowly like or they respawn until you like get them to their spawning points, then they blow up or something like that. It's the whole thing. But you have to basically slowly. Yeah. It's fun. That's the only one you can do that with. In Ultimate Alliance 2, you can't do it. It's my favorite gimmick because it's like, yeah, if you want to play it as a Thor game, right? You can play it just Thor. You want to play it as like Nick Fury. Nick Fury's fun doing it all by himself because he has the stealth shield or the cloak, and you can play it like your Metal Gear Solid. Yeah. Like sneaking around, you pull out your gun, pull out your sniper, and you doing all that. It's awesome.
Yeah, it totally changes the game. It's really cool.
So, which rumors are that game's supposed to be being made to purchase again. We'll see. I don't know. And last I saw, the War of Cybertron did return to PlayStation Store, but the tweet that I had bookmarked to show it on the show was deleted, so I'm not sure what really happened there. So, but the rumors were those Activision games, because they're owned by Microsoft now, that the licenses are restored, so they should be coming back on, but that's entirely copium rumor. I want to play the Deadpool game because I haven't to buy the Deadpool game. It's like $300 because they're scalped all to hell because the physical copies are the only ones that exist.
I just want to play the old Sam Raimi Spider-Man game.
There's that one.
Yeah.
I have one of them for the PS2, but I don't have a PS2. But that's why you emulate.
No, you don't.
Or you buy a PS2.
There you go.
We do not support emulation or any sort of pirating or anything here. We're not pirating.
Well, emulation, if you cannot get it, that's perfectly fine.
Illegal.
Yeah.
You're going to jail.
I agree with emulation because it's harder to get that shit.
Yeah, because otherwise I'm buying it third party and Sony ain't getting that money anyway. Like
you're going to prison.
Right the hell.
So right. Like I said, if no one's selling it to me, then like I was like, no, I will pay you money, sell it to me, and they're like, nope. I'm like, here is money.
You're gonna be right there with Cynic in the fiery pits of hell, standing before Sonic the Devil Hog.
Right next. Wait, hold up.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was on the website or something, but yeah, like I said, like it's not there. I don't know what was going on. There was a thing where the Steam, like if you went to like where Steam updates, like the list of like games that are updated, like all of those Activision games on Steam got updated. So it's like, what are we doing here, right? So we'll see what happens. Maybe it's this year, maybe it's not, right? So